Hello everyone. So this week we are going to see a case study on dyslexia. Okay. So before that you have to know what is a case study. So here a case study described as an intensive systematic investigation of a single individual, group, community or some other unit in which the researcher examines in-depth data relating to several variables. Okay, so here first thing you have to know how to prepare the case study. First of all, you have to read the case properly and you have to analyze and investigate the case thoroughly. Okay, because the second step focus is very important, analyzing, right? So identify at least 2 to 3 major key problems, okay, that you have to cover in this case study. Now try to understand why these problems arise and what are the impacts of these problems. Okay, and the next is here in this case study you have to uncover possible solutions by reading experience, outside research and analysis. So select the best solution by looking for its pros and cons and checking whether they're realistic it or not. Okay, here our case study is on what is this dyslexia. Okay, here the word dyslexia is made up of 2 different parts. Dys means not or difficult and lexia means words, reading or language. So quite literally dyslexia means difficulty with reading spellings or words. Okay, and here so it is characterized by difficulties accurate and or fluent word recognition and by poor spelling or decoding abilities. Okay, and here so come to the discussion analyzing part. You have to observe the students really they'll struggle they'll find difficult even the simple words. They struggle to spell the simple words and trouble learning the names of letters. Okay, problem telling about letters with similar shapes like D and B or P and Q. Okay, and trouble rhyming, yes, and reluctance to read aloud in class. Okay, because they have some problem reading even the simple words, right? So trouble learning how sounds go together, right? So mixing up the position of sounds in a word. So as a dyslexia child, definitely she or he may find difficult or in all those things. And here in this discussion how we have to support those kids. First you have to be very supportive, right? If you find the really child is struggling to learn or read or write, what you have to do, that will affect their self-esteem, right? So what you have to do, you have to talk to that child and say take some necessary steps. Okay, and you have to help the child to learn at home, right? Then you have to limit the screen time. Okay, stay in contact with your child's teacher. Okay, and also join in a support group. So what you have to do as a parent, you have to support your child, right? And moreover keep on practice, giving practice to that particular child. Definitely he or she can improve a lot. Yes, and you have to keep in touch with their class teachers or with their friends. Okay, and because the development in the classroom or at the I mean surrounding. Okay. Because the child's self-esteem is very very important, right? So keep on, you have to talk to the child, you have to ask the child whether which part they are really struggling. Okay, they need full support, and if they need more attention, right? As a parent, as a teacher, we have to support that kid a lot. Okay, so this is what the case study about dyslexia. Dyslexia means struggling to read words, and confusing rhyming, and difficult to remembering all those sounds, and read and writing practice. Okay, so how you are supporting to that particular child is very very important. This is what today's our case study on dyslexia. Thank you for listening. Thank you.